If you want to force your brain into a deep, focused study state, you might think you need a double espresso or complex supplement stack. But one of the most reliable biological levers you have is actually a bottle of perfume. This diagram outlines exactly why this works. Look at the physical pathway running directly from the nasal cavity's olfactory bulb straight into the center of your brain. That terminus is your limbic system, the exact region responsible for regulating emotions and forming memories. Because of that hardwired connection, scent offers a zero-friction entry point to physically alter how well your mind retains information. But grabbing whatever random everyday cologne is sitting on your bathroom counter will not yield an academic edge. To gain an actual edge, you have to invest money in fragrances with highly specific botanical notes, and then you have to follow a rigid behavioral discipline. This matrix plots effort against cognitive impact. You can see aromatherapy lands cleanly in the low-effort, moderate-impact quadrant. It is an easy habit to add to your routine, and it yields a highly distinct boost in recall. A fragrance will never do the reading for you. Without matching the notes to your specific cognitive block, the scent remains a cosmetic choice that fails to trigger the neurological leverage you need. To map out the right tool, we can use this decision tree. It breaks down your primary study hurdle into 3 distinct paths: memory loss, distraction, and test anxiety. We will start with the first branch, hitting a wall of heavy brain fog when you have a massive volume of material to memorize. To clear that fog, you need to apply the botanical compounds found in rosemary and mint. These notes provide high sensory stimulation. They force your mind to stay alert, making them highly effective when you have to retain dense historical timelines or massive biological systems. A prime example of this profile is Guerlain's Aqua Allegria Herba Fresca, which leans heavily into crisp mint and green tea. The required trade-offs here are real. The high designer price tag is a financial risk, and heavy mint profiles can cause sensory fatigue if you wear them through a 12-hour study marathon. It is an incredibly potent tool for heavy retention, provided you use exactly 1 or 2 sprays to avoid overwhelming your nervous system. Moving to the second branch of our tree, we find the attention deficit. This is for when you are constantly distracted and making careless errors on repetitive tasks. The required input here is heavy citrus. For this need, a vibrant classic like Dolce & Gabbana's light blue delivers an immediate hit of Sicilian lemon and green apple. The danger with citrus is its energy output. If you apply this during a late-night cram session, it will completely disrupt your sleep hygiene. It functions perfectly as a daytime optimization tool for complex math and coding, but it will actively backfire if you don't enforce a hard evening cutoff time. That brings us to the final branch, the anxiety deficit, where panic and test overwhelm shut down your ability to process information. To fix this, you need a combination of green tea and jasmine to induce a state of relaxed alertness. Green tea possesses natural botanical properties that calm your nervous system, keeping your mind clear without inducing any drowsiness. Jasmine is required as the secondary note. It aggressively dials back anxiety spikes during difficult exams without acting as a heavy sedative. Elizabeth Arden's green tea is the perfect budget-friendly option for this. It builds a quiet, non-invasive sensory bubble over your desk. However, its extreme affordability means the concentration is low. The scent is fleeting, meaning you have to stop and reapply it frequently, which risks breaking your study flow. If you are willing to manage the physical friction of constant reapplication, this profile builds the most accessible protective barrier against panic. Direct, instructional tone. Selecting the correct fragrance is only the prerequisite. The actual cognitive shift depends on how you deploy it. Your brain relies on a psychological phenomenon called context-dependent memory. You have to train your neural pathways to link the new scent exclusively to the specific data you are studying. This diagram illustrates the necessary closed behavioral loop. You apply the scent the exact second you open your textbook, and reapply it right before you look at the exam. To keep that loop intact, you must completely sacrifice this fragrance for normal social use. If you wear your designated study scent to a party on a Friday night, your brain corrupts the association. You lose the cognitive link to your notes, and you waste the investment you made in the bottle. Let's look at this summary scorecard to map out exactly what you need based on your specific situation. If you are a budget-conscious student dealing with test anxiety, prescribe yourself green tea and jasmine to mitigate your panic. Your protocol warning: Commit to physically carrying the bottle into the testing center for a last-minute refresh. If you are a data optimizer processing heavy math or code, utilize a sharp citrus scent to maintain precision and cut down on careless errors. Your protocol warning: you must strictly enforce an 8 o'clock usage cutoff to protect your sleep. And if you are a long-haul memorizer trying to lock in law or biology, rosemary and mint will deliver the premium retention you need. Your protocol warning: dose minimally to prevent headache-inducing sensory overload. The ultimate effectiveness of aromatherapy is dictated entirely by accurately diagnosing your cognitive flaw and matching it to the correct botanical tool. Scent is the most direct biological line you have into the memory center of your brain. Extracting a real cognitive edge depends on treating the fragrance with the discipline of a specialized tool, rather than a casual accessory. Choose your cognitive variable, strictly isolate the scent to your study sessions, and measure the tangible change in your exam outcomes.